Good morning, everybody. It is 10 minutes past 9 o'clock right now. Welcome back to the program. Lou and Jackie here. We love it when Sheree Clark from Fork on the Road comes over because we know when Sheree comes in, chances are really good, Jackie. She's going to bring in some foods.
That's right.
That we have a chance to taste. But usually it has some foods that have some Iowa connections, but I don't remember seeing these growing in anywhere around here,
No.
not even in Indianola.
Right,
Okay, so
right. It
even
goes a
down
little
south.
farther
Yeah,
south. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Today we're going to talk mangoes, and I've got a couple reasons why I want to do that. One, spring is coming. I swear it is. Like I've said before, the price of asparagus is coming down.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, Tuesday I saw that.
And then the other thing is that mangoes are coming out. And mangoes are coming into season during nice weather, and the price of mangoes comes down too if you got your ear to the ground like I do. Okay, so I brought a couple of different mangoes today, and these two are from two different stores, and I'm going to remind viewers and you that when you're looking for organic fruits and vegetables, that the way to do that is to look at the label. There are labels on all of the fruits and vegetables. If the label starts with a 9 and has 5 digits, it's organic. If it starts with another digit and is 4, it's not. These are two different mangoes. This one is non-organic or conventionally grown, and this one is organic. I bought them in two different places. The organic one is from the health food store. The non-organic I got at the Asian market. The price difference was $1.99 for the organic and $1.69 for the conventional. For me, the price difference was reasonable enough that I was willing to, I would opt for organic. I will also point out, however, that the size is slightly different. The conventionally grown is a little bit bigger, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a better buy.
Because you look at that and you think there's more quote-unquote meat on that one.
Bingo, yeah. So we could open it up and discover that the pit or the seed is particularly large, which reduces the amount of flesh inside. So keep in mind, and this is a good experiment to do at home. Because they're available, do what I did. Buy two different ones, open them up, see what you think. See if you think it's worth 30 cents. It might very well be. There are other varietals of mangoes. This is just another kind, a little bit smaller. This one will yield a little less flesh, but I find these to be sweeter. So again, it's all about preference. Quick thing about storage. Store your mangoes on the countertop until they're the ripeness that you like. Think of them like avocados.
Right.
Same rules of thumb. When they get to the point where you're like, I think I'm liking this the way that it is, then it goes into the refrigerator.
Then it's going to slow down the ripening process.
Exactly.
All right, now do you need to put them in paper bags like you have to do some other fruits to try to get them to ripen up?
To ripen, yes. You would put them in a paper bag, and that will speed up the process, but I like to just buy them and leave them on the counter. And typically I know that when one is of a particular, if it's really, really firm, it might take 3 or 4 days, but the odds are pretty good it's going to happen within 48 hours or a little bit more.
Really?
So it's a softness issue to tell if it's ready to go or not.
That's exactly the way.
Or is there a smell or anything like that?
You can smell the where the stem was, and sometimes it smells a little fruitier, and that's one good way to assess. But it's pressure,
texture.
just like it is, and it would feel very much like an avocado. Same kind of rule
the same
of
type
thumb.
of pressure that you want to exert on it?
Yep, just gives it just a little bit. So there you go. One quick thing too, if you let them ripen too much, I discovered this earlier this week, they will ferment. And so you open them and it's like woo, and I didn't eat it. It just tasted a little off to me, so I didn't eat it. But I didn't know if I would be able to drive after I had that mango.
That could be a whole new topic of discussion. Yeah,
exactly.
So why mangoes? Why are we getting excited about the mango?
Because several reasons. One, they've got lots of nutrition for you. They also have a ton of fiber. So high in vitamin C, think about carrots. Carrots are similar in color. You can tell nutrition value by looking at the color of a fruit or vegetable. Carotene. And vitamin A, those kinds of things.
Okay.
So real good for us. One thing I want to caution you on, Jackie, I love your question. The thing about mangoes to remember, and I brought along some packaged mango juice as an illustration of this. When we read the ingredient label, and this is a good one, it's an organic juice, there's 4 servings in here, 8-ounce servings. There is 30 grams of sugar in this. In one serving. So that's 8 ounces. That's kind of a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
It would be okay to do that if you're not eating a Snickers bar later on in the day. or if you're not having other things that have, which I don't recommend any day, but you know, be mindful that that's quite a bit of sugar. One way around it is to cut it with water. So I brought you a beverage to consume, and it is it's a kombucha, and I love this. It's a mango flavored kombucha. We've had kombucha on the show before.
Right.
Kombucha is fermented tea, and that's a really nice flavor. I think it goes nicely with the kombucha. It takes away some of the acid taste. Do you like it?
I always feel like mango isn't as sweet as other
Thank
fruits.
you very much. It seems a little bland, to be totally honest
Oh,
with
it's
you.
not bland.
Yes,
No. Okay, well, we'll try
Prove us
something.
wrong.
I'll get you
Prove
off
us
of that.
wrong.
I'll get you off of that. So it's a sweet sour. It's a tangy. It's like a sweet tarts
Not
kind
the
of
ones
a
I've been buying.
Oh my goodness.
I think she's talking about your kombucha.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is, yeah, okay.
That's got a sweet sour.
yeah,
but
and
but
kind
mangoes,
of a little bit of almost like a fizz to it.
Yes, yes. Mangoes in general are a sweet and sour taste, especially if they're not completely ripe. So if you eat a
Okay.
green mango, it's going to be tart. It'll make you pucker. So so when it's sweeter, so maybe you're eating your mangoes before they're completely sweet if you're eating fresh.
That could be, yeah.
I do frozen sometimes too. I also do freeze-dried and dehydrated. So I've got a couple options here. This one is the dehydrated version. Now, dehydrated mangoes, remember the difference between freeze-drying and dehydrating. Dehydrating is done at heat. Freeze-drying is done with cold. So these are two different products, and I brought you samples of them. These are packaged products.
Okay.
On the far right is the freeze-dried version. That would be this one. So far right, and that is lighter in color.
It seems like you're picking up air.
Yeah, there's.
This is what they take to space.
Yes,
It's-
exactly
That's
right.
exactly right. And they are very, very dry.
Very crunchy.
Very crunchy, very light. And there's one other thing you need to know about these suckers.
Are they meant to be more like a chip?
They are meant to be really high in calories.
Oh.
This was
Because it's jam-packed.
It's jam-packed. I was amazed. Okay, so I thought I knew what I was doing, and I'm in the store taking my own advice, reading the labels, and I read this label, and I'm like, ingredients, organic mangoes. I'm in, great. And then it says right under that, this bag contains the equivalent of a box of fresh mangoes.
Oh, geez.
A box?
And I was like, well, holy moly, then what does that mean? So there are 15 servings in here.
15?
15.
So you can eat one a day.
Pretty
One
much.
strip.
And it's 120 calories per serving. So 15 times 120, I think I've bought you dinner. So this is,
You could eat more than you can imagine with this. This is so light.
I
and
could
crunchy.
eat this entire bag
Yes, you
just
could.
driving out here to West Des Moines, you know, and
Unbelievable.
then have my whole day's calories consumed.
And that's freeze-dried.
freeze-dried.
So let's talk
it's
about the
uncooled.
other option that I'm holding up here.
So this is dehydrated, and this is what, if you buy them by the bag, looks like. I personally like to buy them in bulk, and they look like this.
Okay.
And so when you open up a bulk, the ones I bought in bulk, you can see kind of what they look like. You've got the same thing, Jackie. They just come in bigger pieces.
Bigger pieces.
I use these in recipes, and one of the things that I do, and that I did for a recipe I made for you today, was I soaked these in water. So this
brought it
item,
back to life.
Yep. I took this and I put it in water, and what I end up with is something that looks more like this, and it's pliable, and I could tear it. Maybe if I tried really hard and knocked everything over,
cut easily.
it would cut more easily than this crispy one. And then,
But this is more concentrated as well.
it's more concentrated. It's not as quite as severe as the other one. The calorie content on the servings. There's 2 servings in this package, and the calorie content is 140 calories. So this is 280 calorie bag. You can eat this bag for 280. This one will cost you over 1,000 calories.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I prefer the texture and the taste of the dehydrated.
Same here.
I do
Yeah,
too.
because the freeze-dried one almost tastes like you're eating styrofoam.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it,
Yeah.
and but it's good to experiment,
There
and
you
it's
go.
good to read
We're
the labels.
trying it.
Real quick, what I did with this rehydrated one was I made you some space balls, and they are dehydrated.
We're going to be talking about, exploring the unknown here in a little bit later.
There
on
you
the show,
go.
So it's perfect timing.
And so that is a combination of dates, rehydrated mangoes, cashews, and coconut. That's
oh, really?
it. Mm-hmm.
We're diving into this.
And those are yummy and delish. And I was inspired to make those by something that I bought at the store. But I wanted to see if
Those
I
are
could do a
good.
better job. Aren't those tasty?
Those are good.
I love them.
That has levels of flavor.
I love it. Yeah, it's got that. It's got the mango taste, but Lou, I think you'll agree that doesn't taste tangy or bitter or
No, it just
sour.
has a nice taste to it. Nice jump on your tongue. Yep.
Thank you. Well, I know what I'm doing in the kitchen. Okay, and what inspired me, just saying, what inspired me to make that was this little guy here, which I've also bought, and I brought you a sample because you won't like it as well as my homemade ones. But this is just 2 ingredients. It's apple and mango. And
that's it.
It's a, yep, that's it. Bingo.
This guy right here.
That's it, the little square. I wanted to do something a little bit, I didn't want to use apple, and I wanted to do something that was chewy, and so I think I knocked it out of the park. I like mine better than theirs, and you better say you agree.
Oh my goodness, this is absolutely delicious. I can't get over how good this is.
I'm going to beat the heck out of you.
It reminds me of your fruit roll-ups that you'll do in the dehydrator.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes
like.
like.
Thick fruit roll-up,
Yeah.
it sounds like. But for the variance of flavors and the sensation, I'm going with your Spaceballs.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Now, we've talked a lot about kind of the sweeter side of mango. I've seen spices with mango before as well.
Yes, you have, exactly. And one of those spices would be making like a mango salsa.
Right.
Would be delicious. Another thing
good.
that you can buy at the store is mango chutney, and you can make your own. But Jackie, what I did was I gave you a couple spices to give you ideas.
Okay.
If you start on your far right, where you've got your hand in rum, it goes really good with
Well,
mango.
thank you very much.
And that is rum extract. So you can use that in cooking, and you can also use, if you wanted to make a alcoholic beverage, you could use a real rum. Next to that, we've got some cinnamon, delicious with mango because it makes it desserty. And after that, we've got we've got curry powder.
Right.
And you've had different savory dishes using that, and ginger, which can be used in either sweet or savory. So really nice little. Just buy a mango. They're so inexpensive now, and play.
Yeah, the ginger mango combination is really good.
Yes, it is, and that's what inspired me last week. We talked about ginger, and I was like, what goes with? Yeah.
But the mango is what you get if you go to the farmer's market and they put it on a stick and they cut it up and they put some spices on it and you eat it kind of like a lollipop type thing. That's a mango, correct?
It is, and I think that they might put chili powder on
Yes.
those.
Oh, yeah, to give it a little
Love
different
that.
kick.
Yeah.
So think about the sweet and the spicy working together, but there's many ways of working with a mango. If people want more details or even recipe ideas like your Spaceballs here, how can they get in touch with you, Sheree?
For the Spaceball recipe, hit me up at info@fork-road.com. And if you want to visit my website, you can go to www.fork-road.com and join my newsletter list.
That works. Wonderful. Good stuff. That is awesome. Mangoes. It's not just for breakfast anymore, right?
That's exactly right.
All right. It's 9:23.